Today on Brilliance Business TV, we have executive producer Janette Burke Productions, host, creator of the 4-time award-winning online lifestyle show Janette's TV and Janette's TV podcast, media mentor and trainer. Stay tuned. Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have a wonderful guest today, Janette Burke. Jeanette is a media trainer and mentor, and I love everything to do with media. I really know the power of media coverage, so it's going to be a great conversation today. I just want to make an official shout out to our show sponsors, Dreamweaver Artist Ranch. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're also streaming on MSPNewsGlobal.com. We're also on the E360 TV network under Fresh Takes, going out to Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, Roku, and many more. And we're also on Business Innovators Radio Network. So let's bring in our incredible guest, Janette Burke. Jeanette, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Well, thank you, Mark. It's an honor to be here, and I'm glad that we're finally making it happen today.
I know we've had a few technical issues along the way, but it's here. You have already been kind and had me on your incredible show, which I really enjoyed. Now, I love everything media coverage, Jeanette, and I think that's why we click so much, because we have so many commonalities, but we are very different. And I want to learn more, everything to do with media training, because it's so important. But before that, I would just like you to go back and tell us a little bit about your background, because I know you as a publicist as well. So tell us all about your past and background that has led you to do what you do today.
Okay. Well, I'm going to just go back to my university years. So yes, I was a publicist with a boutique PR firm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for many, many years, but I wasn't fully happy in that role. I always felt like this little piece of me was missing. So while I was actually on my own media tour that I had put myself on, wherein I was speaking all over the Greater Toronto area and doing media appearances, and had a column for 4 years straight, front or back cover, 800 to 1,500 words, which you know is equivalent to a lot of money in ad space. I had that column on New York Region Business Times, now extinct, but I had it for 4 years, and they gave me all that. Right. And so I was basically on a tour as the face of my company, doing all these appearances and talking to business owners about what PR was, what media is, and how it differs from advertising. One day I went in to do a guest spot on a TV show. And as soon as we stopped airing, we came off the set. They said to me right away, we want to offer you a permanent segment on this show. And I'm like, really? Okay, great. So I took it, and I did it for about 18 months. And then that show, who I was actually mentoring to get picked up, and it did get picked up by JLTV in the US, left the network. The flagship show comes over to me, says, we want to double your segment, Jeanette, which was then called The Magnetic Marketing Moment, and make you a co-host. So I did that too for another couple of years. Then the original guy who left with the show came back, started a competing network online in Toronto and said, we want you to come to our network. Jump over to us. We're going to give you your own show. And I didn't think I was ready for that. So I basically looked at him and said, you're crazy. I'm not ready for this. They convinced me. November 21st, 2011, I started on this other network, what was then called I'm Every Woman TV. Well, things went a little awry after a few years, and I wasn't getting what I needed, such as I couldn't get a camera even to go to the biggest events, which I frequent, red carpets to interview celebrities, like the Toronto International Film Festival. My network would not give me a camera person. They asked me to pay extra for that. And other little things popped up. So jump forward, I left. I took my show with me, but they were threatening me with legal stuff, saying, you can't have I'm Every Woman TV. It's no longer yours, it's ours. So I call up my lawyer friend and I said, it's mine. How do I get it back? And they said, put Jeanette in front of it. Call it Jeanette's I'm Every Woman TV. They can't touch you. So I did that. And I started my own thing in 2011. I began sort of doing this Janette Burke Productions, but it didn't really come to fruition until 2014 because I went to a third network in between. Then I decided enough networks. I'm going to do my own thing. And I started officially 2014 Janette Burke Productions, which took control of the production of Jeanette's I'm Every Woman TV. And the first thing I did on for a shoot, an episode, happened to be that in a museum here in Toronto called Spadina House. Some people say Spadina, but we call it Spadina House. They had the tour of the Downton Abbey dresses, okay? And I loved Downton Abbey. So I got that. And that was the first episode under my own production. And I had to go like 6 o'clock in the morning to get it, but I did it. And then it just kind of flew from there. So then after that, we went into the Canadian National Exhibition. We got Jeanette Burke, was one of our first guests, and she's a fashion TV icon. So it snowballed. Now, flash forward, season 9, we are currently now in season 11. We've aired over 500 episodes with various celebrities, like from Hollywood, but also thought leaders, game changers, influencers, and experts in lifestyle fields. And so flash forward, like, it's from season 9 onwards, we rebranded to Janette's TV and Janette's TV podcast, which we are currently, as I just mentioned. Janette's TV is in season 11. The podcast, Janette's TV podcast, is only 2 and a bit years old, actually less, because we started it right when the pandemic hit in March 2020. Nice. Well, we already have 1,500 or more downloads per episode, according to BuzzFeed, who sends me these little, icon things. You've hit this mark, this mark. So, of course, I'm very happy. And that's what I do. I run Janette's TV and podcast as an online web TV show and podcast in season 11. And when I'm not doing that, I'm media mentoring all kinds of guests. My clients, actually. So they could be business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, speakers, book authors, you name it. And they come to me to learn how to be a desirable guest the media loves and wants to feature time and time again. And so I help them basically start their media tour and learn how to make it work as an integral part of their marketing.
I love what you're doing, Jeanette, and I can see how passionate you are about it as well. And that's really what I would like to talk about, actually, media training. Why do people need media training, Jeanette?
Because as much as we think we know ourselves and our message, often what happens without media training is we accept this beautiful media spot and we blow it, right? So we're given this golden opportunity and we blow it and basically become 15 minutes of fame, and then nobody knows our name. We can never get another spot because we didn't take the time to prepare. And that's what media training is all about, is being prepared. In life, you got to be prepared. It's like anything else. If you really want it to work for you, you got to know what you're doing. And so this isn't something that's an innate skill. We're not born with these skills. We have to cultivate these skills.
Yes.
And so that's what I do, Mark, is that, I teach them certain things that will make them a more desirable media guest. So what are those things? Number one, the message. You cannot say everything there is to say about your message. Now, as business owners, we think, because we're very passionate, everything we do and everything we say is just the most exciting news that everybody wants to know. But that's not the case. You're given a certain amount of time in the media, like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or maybe even less. And you need to know how to knock it out of the park. So what we do is we help you extrapolate the message in its entirety or your story, and then pick out the actual newsworthy, relevant, compelling points that match with what the producer or the editor or the blogger or the podcast actually want you to say and what the audience would be most interested in. We teach you all of that. We teach you what kind of story you have and where is it going to be a good fit. We teach you how to get the audience in your fold, because that's what it's about. When you do a media interview, you're not there to close business right then and there. Okay. I know a lot of people think that. They think everybody in the audience is going to become their client. That is a big myth. It's not reality, right? And I liken it to, if you went into a networking event, is everybody in the room going to become your client? No. So your job is to make yourself fit with somebody in the audience who resonates with you.
Yes.
And get them in your fold. And because remember, they've only just had a taste of you. So now you got to nurse that relationship. You got to get them in the fold. You got to have a great call to action so they will follow you and continue taking steps with you, whether that's joining your e-sign list or your mailing list or getting them on your Facebook into your group, let's say. You have to have a call to action that you don't lose the connection and you can work them up and start, sending the materials about buying your offers or whatever. It may take a few points of contact, but the whole point about media is that you get to reach a huge audience all at the same time. And the audience, if you've done your homework right, which I also teach you how to assess whether this is the correct media placement for you, because another big myth is not all media placements are going to be for you, nor will they want you. You have to know what kind of story you have. Is it business? Is it personal? Is it human interest? So if you're in the appropriate media arena, in the correct show, in the correct publication, in the correct podcast or blog, the audience should represent your audience, aka your exact target of who you claim to be your audience. The demographics should match up. And so if that's the case, you now have an opportunity to relay your message to an ideal target audience and connect with at least a percentage of those audiences and work them up. And that's why media is still light years ahead of any other form of marketing, including social media, for opportunities to gain business and to grow yourself with your visibility and your reach. Does that mean that your social media isn't important? Hell no. It's all got to be in sync. It's got to work together. But the media part itself will definitely turn you into a millionaire faster than any other form of marketing.
I agree. And as well, it's permanent. Once you are featured on radio, podcasts, in articles, even a couple of years later, you can still pick up clients finding old interviews and they'll come to you because of the credibility that the media coverage gives you. Now,
Correct.
what kind of mistakes? Just share a couple of mistakes that people make when it comes to having media coverage or not enough training, Jeanette.
Okay, well, the biggest mistake is they talk too much. They have something like I like to call it verbal diarrhea. They say so much that they are remembered for nothing, right? So the media training in extrapolating your message and learning how to talk in your key points, and also sound bites, which are very important. You have to be able to get it down to like 90 seconds and fit right in there, are crucial, right? Because these are make it or break it. The next thing is you need to align your nonverbal, which is your body language, your eye contact,
Yes.
your your voice techniques, your image, how you dress and do your makeup. All these things need to be in line with the words coming out of your mouth, because if they are not, instantly you blow your credibility. Why? Because before any words come out of your mouth, you're being looked at, you're being seen. The minute, like you brought me into the from the backstage to right on screen today, I wasn't saying anything yet. People are already making decisions about me. They're forming opinions. So the nonverbal communication or nonverbal cues is at body, all of it is so important. It's almost more important than what comes out of your mouth, but definitely has to equate with what's coming out of your mouth, because it's not only just about credibility, but it's also about who are you telling people you are. If you don't measure up to that, they're not going to trust you. So we're looking at your trust, and credibility factor. And the third biggest mistake that people make when trying to get media coverage is not doing the due diligence. So not looking at what type of media story they actually have, who was interested in them, and not preparing properly to get media coverage. By first, you got to have like a good media pitch letter, and then a press release, and then a media kit. And you have to know how to devise what is called a media contact list to approach the right media at the right places at the right time with a story angle that ties into something else. Like, so I'll give you an example. A lot of media today in every country they're very interested in COVID or variants that are coming up. Some are, how are we going to rebuild after? Like, you have to know the beats. You have to know who's covering what kind of stories they cover, what type of guests do they feature. And that's pretty easy to find out, because you can just watch some of the previous episodes, or listen if it's a podcast or radio show, or read if it was an article in a publication. And then you can also request what is called a deck. And all media have a deck. And it's like their media kit. It will tell you who their target audience is, what are the demographics, what type of topics do they feature. And then you can sort of get an idea. Is this for me and my topic? Okay, if it is, how am I going to spin my story or grab a hook, an angle that is conducive to what these type of media outlet wants to cover? And again, a little bit of recognizance, a little bit of homework will help you to get there.
It's so powerful when you get the right training and you are prepared. It can propel you. So everything what you're saying, Jeanette, is so important, that people are prepared, and that comes with practice and being prepared, and that takes mentorship from someone that is experienced. So I'm so glad to have you on the show today, Jeanette. We just need to go to a commercial break, so please stay where you are. Thank you, everyone.
Wouldn't go anywhere, Mark.
I know you won't. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for part 1 of Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. We're in conversation with Janette Burke, media trainer and mentor. Stay tuned.
Hello everybody, Cyberchuck 2.0 here. I'm so excited to be able to share my vision of Dreamweaver's Artist Ranch. They say you can't choose your family. Not only am I saying you can choose your family, you get to thrive with your family here at Dreamweaver's Artist Ranch. It's a place for like-minded individuals to come together to share experiences and gain experiences, not only through workshops, through performances, and through exhibits. This is a place where you can disconnect from the outside world and reconnect into a community of people that there is no judgment. There's only support. And this place is an amazing place to grow and to tap into your highest potential and to be able to show off all your talents. This is a place you can come and network and really thrive. I'm so excited for Dreamweaver's Artist Ranch. This is a place where dreams actually come true. I love you all so very much. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
Welcome back to Brilliance Business TV. We're in conversation with Janette Burke. Jeanette, before the commercial break, we have discussed all the advantages of media training and media coverage, some mistakes that people make. Just share what kind of clients you work with and the kinds of products and services that you share with your clients to support them with media training.
Okay, so I work with an array of clients, from CEOs to book authors to speakers to content creators to entrepreneurs and professionals. But the commonality is, I mean, that's the title, right? But the commonality is really, I work with people who want media, appreciate media, understand what media can do for them and their business, understand that they need media training to be the desirable guest that gets invited back time and time again. Maybe they had some previous media experience and it didn't go very well, or they didn't get the results they were hoping for. So they understand now why. And so these are the common traits of people who come to me. And basically people who definitely want to be using media as an integral part of their marketing and really want that ROI that media can bring when it's done right and done strategically. So that's who I work with. Now, the services I provide are as such. I have one package which would require an audition called Jeanette's Sponsor Spotlight Package. And it's a little bit different than what you do, because in that package, it's a little bit of media training. It's a spot on Jeanette's TV and podcast where we're editing everything and giving you kind of show reel, demo reel to use to get more spots. We're also taking over promotion for 30 to 60 days, depending on which level you choose, because there's 3 levels in there. And we're giving you follow-up, and you decide what type of filming you want or shoot you want. Is it going to be split screen? Is it going to be in studio, live on location? We got some bonuses added in there, like possibly a promo video if you come and do it live, or headshots or product photography, and a whole bunch of other little surprises. And we also have an alliance now with you, Mark, that, you know, after we finish with you, Mark can take you to another level. So we have it all covered. And that Jeanette's Sponsor Spotlight package is my signature package. We have another alliance too with another individual who will do the digital side and get you guaranteed placements on the digital side as well. So you are covered. Now, that's my primary offer, and that is my signature offer, and that is my USP, my unique selling position. But I do have one-to-one media training, mainly as an aftercare service, but some people do take it as a primary service because they've just booked themselves on Good Morning America or something like that, maybe the equivalent in England or the UK or Australia, New Zealand, Canada. And they want me to help them get ready for that spot because they know it's a golden opportunity for publicity and exposure that they could easily lose out on if they're not prepared. Like I don't want them to be put on the spot, misquoted, taken out of context, any of that stuff, because right away that's going to be cut next, you know. So they come to me for that. And we have also a group course called Jeanette's Media Training Academy with 8-week course. And the course is awesome. It covers everything. It's truly designed to make you a media darling, but it's sold out right now. So it's not coming back until probably late winter, early spring. You can get on a waiting list now. So those are my offers. And I will mention one other thing. This is my freebium, not my gift, my freebium. It's different. We run master classes every so often. I was doing them with Bright, which is a new association, Bright platform started by Ashton Kutcher, but I also do them occasionally on my own. So it just so happens next week, December 15th at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time, I have a media masterclass I'm running right off my Facebook group, Jeanette's Media Mentoring and Training Facebook group. You can go straight to my website and sign up for that, and it will tell you how. You just join the group and you can come to that masterclass. That masterclass will teach you the three things you must have in place to be a desired media guest. So that's something you might want to take advantage of, Mark. You might even want to come yourself. And those are basically the services, Mark, that I provide. Other than my show, which is part of the Jeanette's Sponsor Spotlight package, we do not just have people on the show. We have a different way of doing things. And the show is Jeanette's TV and Jeanette's TV podcast. We have an over 5 million audience, mainly of women 30 to 55 years old. We are a lifestyle show, and we are seen everywhere, all over the internet and all over the world.
I'm so looking forward to my episode going live on Jeanette's TV.
That's going to be happening in a few weeks.
I will be sharing it everywhere, so all my audience will get to see my show on Jeanette's TV. Now, my next question I have for you. I know you do a lot of red carpet and you've done a lot of A-list. I would just like to know, what is that experience like? I've never done red carpet. I can imagine you have to be really quick and really fire great, short, snappy questions. Just tell us a little bit about that.
You have to be very
name drop if you want as well.
Okay. Name drop. Ooh. Okay. You have to be spot on for sure, because usually what happens with the red carpet is you need a media accreditation. So you have to be accredited before you even get down there. And sometimes you're assigned things at the last minute that you didn't know you were getting. So you find out, oh, today you're going to be interviewing Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper for A Star is Born. Are you ready? I have to be ready all the time. I got to tell you, this brain is like a computer. Okay. It never shuts off. So before I go to a red carpet, I look to see what movies are going to be there and what premiere galas are going to be the biggest and the best. So I'm not caught off guard, right? Because I know already, oh, they could send me here. They could send me there. I know about the movie before I even get there. And I'm pretty good at being spur of the moment on the fly, although I do not, and I'm not an advocate for that, but understand that what I'm talking about is I'm a trained media professional, speaking and journalism and what have you. When I say I have to go on the fly, it would only be in an instance of a red carpet. And yes, you do need to do your recognizance. You'd have to be, I go with questions already prepared. And if it happens to be that the person on the red carpet beside me that I'm locked in there like sardines with winds up asking my question, I got to come up with another one right away.
Yes.
You know, or different variation of that question. So I go to the red carpet with a videographer and sometimes an assistant, and we have constant communication by text. And I sometimes have to wait, you know, I'm waiting you have to wait for them to come to you, and you're lined up on a carpet with a number and you can't move. And you're locked down, you're in lockdown down there for like at least an hour and a half. So you can't move. So you have to wait your turn. And that gives me sometimes a little bit of time to just adjust on the fly or text my assistant and say, go look this up right away. They were in this movie. Find out about that first and get back to me immediately. And it comes up on the cell phone, right? I take a glance. I see them coming. I get my mic up ready to go. I move towards the red carpet. They're on the other side of the barrier, right? You're on one side. Here's the interviewers on this side. And then they're on the other side. Oh, my turn. Get that mic in there, because let me tell you something. It's like sardines and it's competitive as all hell. And you're with international media. Like, honestly, they're not there to be your friends, right?
But so I guess it's very exciting as well.
It's very high pressure too, Mark.
I can imagine. It sounds
it's exciting.
Scary.
It's high pressure. You got to be damn good, because if you're not, they're not going to remember you and they're going to move along, right? Like when I tried to get to Robert Pattinson on one, like he wasn't even going to do the red carpet. They can fly right by you. I got him to say something to me, because I don't let people walk by that fast, right? And I'm not, believe it or not, Mark, I'm not a shy girl. You know, like I'm just not. So, and you go like that. And by the way, I go for 16 to 18-hour days, and I'm only allowed to bring one little suitcase with me for the whole day. It has to have all my outfit changes, all my shoe changes, all my makeup, my hair, and it has to have food supplies because you got to eat on the go, right? You're just running all day long, and I'm going flat to heels all day
Definitely
long.
need a sleep after that. Jeanette, we are coming to the end of the
Okay.
show. I have thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you. My last question. You offer a free e-sign and to claim a free checklist on your website. I encourage everyone, go to Jeanette's website and sign up for the e-sign and claim your free checklist gift at
Okay, so can I just explain?
JanetteBurke.com. That's JanetteBurke.com. www.JanetteBurke.com. Yes, go ahead, Jeanette.
I'm
Tell
just
them
going
all
to
about
explain
it.
in 30 seconds. This is an e-sign called Jeanette's Media Mentoring and Training e-sign. It's where you're going to get media mentoring, training, branding, marketing tips. And when you sign up, you'll get the checklist. It's a free gift. It's called Do's and Don'ts of Being on Camera. You use it for any camera, whether it's media, whether it's your own camera you're making a video from, or a Facebook Live or anything like that. So there you go. That's the gift. And you might notice another sign up just above it, and that is called Jeanette's TV and podcast show notice. So that is a different sign up. That's for if you want to see my show and you want to receive notices of it. You sign up for that one. You can sign up for both and you'll get both.
Go to JanetteBurke.com. That's www.JanetteBurke.com.
And they're both right there on the homepage. You can't miss it.
Jeanette, I have thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you. Thank you for being such a great guest.
Thank you, Mark. It's been a pleasure, and it's also been extremely enjoyable. And I just love being here. So thank you so much for having me.
The pleasure's been all mine. Thank you, everyone, for watching Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. Our special guest today is Janette Burke, media trainer, mentor. She has discussed the advantages of media coverages, mistakes not to make. She has discussed all about the red carpet. She has discussed how she serves her clients. The power of media coverage is so powerful. You need to be prepared. So go to JanetteBurke.com. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Until next time, bye for now.